Mafia Magazine Radio.
Hey, what up? It's Miss Saigon.
Hey, what's up, Miss Saigon? What's going on, baby? How you doing tonight, baby?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing great, baby. Hold on for a second. Let me set you up real quick. For all my listeners out there, I got the opportunity to sit down with a young, fly, extraordinary artist and producer, and she goes by the name of Miss Saigon. She goes by the name of Miss Saigon, the rapper, aka Michelle Manifesto. Hey, baby. So, how's the industry treating you, baby? Because I'm hearing big things about you these days. What's going on, Miss Saigon?
I don't know. I guess you keep doing the same thing over and over for a long time. You just get better and better, and you just create a buzz. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying, baby, because you're talking to somebody that come from the same land that you come from. You know what I mean? So listen here.
All right. Yeah. That's what's up.
So tell me, man, tell the listeners right now, baby. Let them know where you're originally from and how long you've been doing the things you've been doing.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I moved around a little bit. I was raised outside of Chicago, and then I lived in New York for a minute, and that's where New York is kind of where I got, I started battling. That was like my main thing. But I had always been a writer. I'd always written poetry. I mean, ever since I was young. I mean, maybe around 8, 9 years old when writing was new, and it was a way for me to get my feelings out because I was always shy.
Right.
So, that just, it went all on paper, all my experiences. And from there I started rhyming, then I went to New York, started battling. And then from there I was in a girl group, and then I was in a few other girl groups and started girl groups with Chuck D. And then I also got a chance to work at Platinum Sound with Wyclef and Jerry Wonder. So, I had the opportunity to learn different styles,
right,
as far as like how people make their songs and produce. I got firsthand to be in different studios as well to be part of the editing process and even making beats. Picking beats for artists as well, and just learning all the stuff behind the scenes, because that's just as important as the music.
Right, right. Yeah, no question. So what I want to know, you know what I'm saying, because I'm getting tweets too at the same time as I'm talking to you, but I want to know at what point, I mean, we already know that you just already told us that you was doing poetry when you was younger, so we already know where that's going to take you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially being part of this hip hop game, you know what I mean? But what I want to know is who actually kind of inspired you, you know what I'm saying, is for you to say to yourself, not only can I write poetry, but I also can do this rap thing, and I can do this rap thing very, very well.
Well, you know what, it had to have been when I was in a group, because I didn't really have that. I mean, I had the confidence in my writing, but as far as like performing and being out there, it really took me being in a girl group, and I would have to say it was a friend of mine. Her name was Justina, and she had at times she had gone by Infinity, and she was like, she kind of gave me that confidence. We wrote together, we would practice and perform all over the place, and it helped me grow.
Right.
Know. So, and then working with Chuck D, I mean, forget about it. You know what I'm saying? He was on a high level, first of all.
Right.
How he puts his songs together and his style is a whole nother way of doing things, completely different from anyone else I learned.
Right.
And he had the high intelligence and the wisdom and just the guidance.
Right.
So I would have to say Chuck D was the most impressionable.
Okay. Yeah, for all my listeners out there, if y'all don't know, just to hear her speak, you got to know that she's got some history in this game, because some of the people that she's talking about, man, are some of the originators of this hip-hop game. You know what I'm saying, baby? So I want to know, you know what I'm saying, like when you was doing your thing with, because you go back. If you was working with Funk Master Flex and Red Alert, just give us a little insight on what that was all about, man, and, and how that also shaped you into the person that you are today.
Yeah, well, I went to a hip hop conference back in the day, and it was Cool DJ Red Alert, and they had already artists, I guess, that were set to perform or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So then I guess they were allowing other people to go up there.
Right.
So I pretty much, I was like, okay, well, I want to go up there, whatever. So I jumped on stage, and DJ Red Alert, he played a beat, and I rocked that beat. You know what I'm saying? And it was a surprise. Another time with Funk Master Flex, he used to do a lot of the speed shows back in the day.
No doubt.
And at the time, I told you about the girl Justina. We had a group called the Ambassadors, and it was another girl who went by China White. So we were, we thought we was the baddest females, female group. We thought we were going to be the next Salt and Pepper. It was crazy, but we had a great time. We tried to make this group work, but just things happen and people go their own ways, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But for me, I just keep moving in the same direction.
Yeah, no question.
Regardless of what other people do.
Yeah, no doubt. I got a question for you. I'm kind of curious to you being a female artist. Do many times you get does your ability and your talent get underestimated just because you are a female artist?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
But see, that makes it even better. That makes it even better because that makes you work 10 times harder.
Right.
And then they already underestimate you. So when you go there and smash it, forget about it. It's like, I remember one time I went to Speed, and they had another open mic. The Pyramid always does like these open mic things, and everyone's in line. We're all standing in line. We're all waiting in line, getting ready to put our name in. And you could just hear all the other rappers. They were like, yeah, I'm going to smash, I'm going to do this. Do that. And like for me, I was like, I was just like, I'm just gonna act like I don't even speak English. I just sat there in the cut, looking all, I feel like I stepped off the boat or whatever. I played it like that the whole time though. And then when they put the beat on, they put on put your hands where my eyes can see that beat. Forget about it. I rocked that beat, and when I was done, I got a standing ovation.
Yeah, no
and
doubt.
that also gave me a really, really amazing indication of like, of presence, and how I with the crowd, they receive me well, and I receive them as well.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right, because you got to have some showmanship. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these cats get on stage, or a lot of these artists actually get on stage, or they go to different places and they do their thing, and they understand why nobody's receptive to what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? It's because of the fact you ain't got no showmanship. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you an entertainer, you're a performer, so perform. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and I think a lot of cats lose that. You know what I'm saying? So tell us, after that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I know you worked on some projects or whatever. So, what's one of your projects that you most proud of that you had an opportunity to do, or somebody you had an opportunity to work with?
Okay, well, I did a song with Fez Taylor, and I had already heard about Fez Taylor from before because I used to live in New York.
No doubt.
And he hit me up on the Facebook. He was like, yo, let's collab, and then he was like, what kind of song do you want to do? And I was like, okay, let's do a party joint,
Right.
And he was like, all right. So he sent me a beat, right? But the beat didn't even sound like a party joint to me. It sounded more like an inspirational song.
Right.
So then I wrote the hook and the verse, and then when I sent it back to him, he laid down his verse. And that's a video we just shot in Battery Park over the summer. So that's on my YouTube, Michelle, Miss Saigon, on my YouTube. You can check it out. And then I also got to do to work with a Spanish artist who does he raps in English and in Spanish. He goes by Pedro Navaja. So that was another element that was different because I had never worked with a crossover artist like that, like Spanish, and then, I'm rapping in English, and you know what I mean?
Right,
so I'm really trying to push the envelope and go all over the world, in a way, musically, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you being bilingual actually brings something extra to the game, you know what I'm saying? So, you can get out of...
Well, I'm not bilingual, but I know a lot of all the words, just because, Dora, and, Ni Hao Thailand, and, I have kids,
you can go ahead and get it in.
Learn all the words, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And plus, if you travel a little bit, you learn languages as well.
Right.
Know?
Yeah. No doubt. So here's what I would like you to do. I want you to, because I say you're an accomplished female artist. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of other artists out there, female artists out there that really don't understand what it takes to really be in this game. So I would like for you to just kind of, elaborate a little bit, you know what I'm saying, on what it takes, you know what I'm saying, for someone with talent and a female to actually, be in the game, you know what I'm saying, the way the game is today.
Okay. Well, number one. You have to love it, like your writing. Like writing is a really big part of it.
Right.
You know, you have to feel that passion in the lyrics. You know, that's number one. To have the passion and the love writing is already a good thing. Number two, you want to stay original. You don't want to sound like nobody. You don't want to try to be like nobody.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, what's going to happen with me is that people are going to come to me for my style.
Right.
They're not going to they can't go to a secondary person. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not trying to sound like anyone that's in the game. I have all these years I have cultivated my own style, and I keep flipping the flow.
Yeah.
Actually, sometimes bars will have different flows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No question.
So I try to make it complicated, you know, but in a way it's just something different.
Right. Yeah, no doubt.
And you want to be original. You want to be different. And you want your lyrics to be thought out. Like, they have to make sense, you know, whether it's going to be really witty and you really flip it, or it's just going to be simple and you're just describing things. Right. You know what I'm saying?
No
but it had, you know,
I love what you say.
It has to be original. It has to make sense.
No question. And I appreciate you, you know what I'm saying, dropping a couple jewels, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, you sound like, you know what I'm saying, that you should be at some of them conferences that they're giving out there, you know what I'm saying, kind of putting down some of this wisdom, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, a lot of these people, a lot of these artists, whether they be male or female, I believe today are lost. You know what I'm saying? They're not really understanding the essence of what hip-hop really is all about. You know what I'm saying? And it take us to really keep reminding them and bringing them back and say, nah, that's not how it goes. This is how it goes. You know what I'm saying?
You know, definitely I see the guidance, and I've always wanted to do some type of like writing center or like some type of like community center where people can go and write and get their feelings out, or there might be a recording studio or something like that. I've always thought of something like that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's just about guidance in a way. It's just everyone has something unique, and if they're already cultivating their own thing inside, then all they kind of need is kind of like that, you know, little push in the right direction. You don't want to change anybody. You just want to kind of like put them in the right direction. Right. You know?
Yeah.
Because the more originality and the more different things that we have, the better. Yeah. You know?
No doubt. It coming out of stigmatic environments that we come out of. You know what I'm saying? That guidance is absolutely needed. You know what I'm saying? Because
absolutely needed. You know, I was guided. Yeah. You know, I had a few really good mentors. Right. You know?
Yeah. No doubt about that. You know what I'm saying? And you know, hopefully, you know what I'm saying, we can kind of keep spreading our message, you know what I'm saying? We can keep dropping our jewels, and you know what I'm saying? If it ain't but one person that takes heed to what we say, then that's one life that we saved that day. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's
absolutely. Yeah, that's one is always better than none.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So Miss Saigon, tell us, you know what I'm saying, what we got coming up, you know what I'm saying? What's your new music coming out? You know what I'm saying? And you know, give us some insight on what it took to get it done. What's the name of the project, so forth and so on. I'm gonna let you just go ahead and do your thing. Tell me the story.
Okay. Yeah, well, right now I'm working on an EP. I mean, I have a lot of songs, and I got songs from back in the day, but I'm probably not going to use any of the songs from back in the day. Right. For me, it's all about writing new material. It's all about in the moment being inspired right now and doing something completely new right now, you know? So what I'm doing right now is I'm going to put out like an EP. It's only going to be a few songs, but you'll be able to order it online on all the digital outlets. And I might print up some CDs or whatever. And you know, if you you know, get on my Twitter, which is MC Miss Saigon, MCMISSAIGON. You'll be able to find where you can buy it if you actually want a CD, or you know, if you wait enough time, I'll have them in stores as well. And then of course I'm gonna put out an album, and it's gonna have features of the people that I've been working with recently. A lot of the songs on the EP I just did with one main producer. He goes by Mr. Nice Guy, aka MNG. So he does a lot of the producing, you know, and I go in there, I write, you know, and then we just lay it down, you know.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's coming up, and then of course I'm having an album next year, early next year.
Okay, so we got that.
The EP is just to kind of give something for the people now, because you know I'm always doing like putting just my songs up, but I never have them for anyone to buy. Right. You know, they can just listen to them.
Right. Right. Because sometimes you got to give some things away just for, you know what I'm saying, to be able to, get yours on the back end. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I got to get some sound scans. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, it's business at the end of the day.
Yeah, no question, no doubt about that. And I'm glad you said the word business, because I want you to kind of elaborate a little bit, man, on how you see the state of the game, the way the business is today. You know what I'm saying? Opposed to the way it used to be. You know what I'm saying? Give us your insight and your personal opinion on exactly what goes the full picture of what you see that goes on in the industry today.
Yeah, well, you know what? I mean, I like the music because I like a lot of the beats. You know, the beats are like banging, banging, banging. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of artists that I like.
Right.
It's just that the thing that I miss the most is, like, back in the day there used to be a vibe of unity.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know, I feel like we've kind of missed that vibe of unity.
Right.
You know, it's too much about me, which is, I mean, sometimes it is about me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But I feel like it's too much one way and too much the other.
Right.
You know, it's either too much booty music or too much, you know, about me. I have this, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Which I don't mind it. It's just an overkill of it.
Right.
You know, there needs to be more inspiring hip hop. There needs to be more, like, you know, the unity vibe that it had originally started with. There just needs to be a balance.
Right, because
no doubt, that's all I'm asking for.
And because we, you know, me and you both know, because we've been in it a little while and we've seen a lot of things and heard a lot of things, and I truly feel that the art of lyricism is being lost. You know what I'm saying? And you know, cats is talking about all kinds of madness now. And I mean, you know, if you're clever enough to be able to put your words together to be able to talk about an iPhone, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, you know what? People are only going to go as far as they're going to go.
Right.
Everyone's not going to be whatever it is that they want to be always.
Right.
You know, people, you know, that's why it's like, you know, some people do their thing for a little while and then, you know what I'm saying, that wasn't really their thing,
right.
You know?
Right.
But that's just the way it is. You know, I feel like I'm an anomaly. you know, because I do a lot of it myself.
Right.
You know, I can make beats. I write well. You know, if I was to ever write for people, it would be over. But I don't want my style to be in the game like that.
Right.
You know, I look at this person, they're spitting my style, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, of course, people have to make money, and that's great. And some people that's all they do, are writers behind the scenes. I'm not saying anything about that. I think that's wonderful, but that's just not me.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, no question. Because you use a full package. I mean, if you just sit down, you know, some people actually, like we just talked about, they need to look at you and be inspired by the things that you're doing. Because if they don't know, if they haven't heard up to this point in this interview what me and you've been talking about, is you're a full package. You do it all. You know what I'm saying? And so by you being able to do it all, you're independent and you don't really have to lean on, you know what I'm saying, this person to get that done for you, or that person do this for you. You know what I'm saying? You can kind of go in and get it done on your own. You heard? And that's
really, you can find ways to get it done on your own.
Right.
You know?
Right.
I mean, whether it takes longer, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's good to know about publishing. It's good to know about, you know, a lot of the things in the business, you know, business-wise, you can make money.
Right.
You know, you can make money in the business and be independent.
Right.
You know?
No doubt.
And if you want to work with labels, you know, with their artists or whatever, then you do that.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But there's ways to be able to make money and to do it in a way where, you know, you don't sell yourself short.
Yeah.
You know, I just know my worth and I do the research. So it's really about doing the research, you know, and staying original.
Ain't no question.
Because if you don't, you're not going to have a long career. Sorry, it's not going to happen.
For all my listeners out there, you're getting an opportunity to sit down and listen to an extraordinary artist, an extraordinary producer, writer. So she does it all. We just already just sat here, and she goes by the name of Miss Saigon, the rapper. You know what I'm saying? AKA Michelle Manifesto. And she don't know that I know this. They also say, Miss Sia, I'm gone.
That's right, Miss Sia, I'm gone. I'm out of here.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm like in the sky. I'm like, no, I'm in space somewhere floating. You know what I'm saying? No, you know, I'm doing that universal. I'm doing the astral projection all around. You know?
No doubt, baby.
Everywhere.
Yeah, hey, Miss Saigon, baby, it was a pleasure. It was a beautiful thing, man, to sit and talk with you for a little while. You know what I'm saying? But before we go, you know, I want to give you an opportunity, you know, to shout out everything and everybody, you know what I'm saying, and plug everything that you would like to plug for us to know, you know what I'm saying, how to get to you, and for all those that, you know, helped you get to the point to where you are in your life today.
Okay, well, definitely, I definitely want to shout out to my family because, without having like a close-knit family, you know what I'm saying, it's really hard to do this as well, because people are going to, like, come and go in your life. People will backstab you, you know what I'm saying? You kind of want to have that family down.
No doubt.
So shout out to them.
Right.
And then, all my people that are real, word is born, we take care of each other type of thing. It's just known.
Word.
I shout out to those people, all the people that I've ever worked with, you know what I'm saying? I already shouted out a few people in the interview, so those are the main people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if you guys want to hit me up on my Twitter, it's twitter.com, MC Miss Saigon. You can hit me up there. I also have my Facebook, Miss Saigon 1 and Miss Saigon 2. Miss Saigon 1 is full, but you can hit me on Miss Saigon 2. Then I also have my Reverb Nation, Miss Saigon the Rapper. You want to go check that out. And then my YouTube as well, YouTube, Michelle Miss Saigon.
Okay. For all my listeners out there,
I want to shout out to you, Sangria, and to Kichi, Mafia Magazine, MafiaLive. Thank you so much for this opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. We couldn't be who we are if we don't have people like you know what I'm saying, to cater to. This is what we do. You know what I'm saying?
Man, it's an honor, though.
Yeah, no question. For all my listeners out there, man, you had the opportunity to hear it first, right here on Mafia Magazine Radio, MafiaLive. Miss Saigon, a.k.a. Michelle Manifesto, has just put it down and let you know how she getting down on her side of town. Hey, Michelle, baby, I appreciate you coming out and spending the time. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely a pleasure. We definitely going to stay in touch and continue on doing things the way this should be done. And, you continue on being blessed and prospering the things that you're doing, all right?
Thank you so much.
No doubt, baby. Peace.
All right, one love.
One love,
peace
baby.
Out, everybody.
No doubt.